show people what it looks like for the first time ever. So Steve, you have control here.
Yep.
And before we actually start doing this, I want to tell everyone this is actually a live gameplay. This is not recorded. This is still very much in development, so there could be bugs, there could be weird things that happen. This is all part of the development cycle, and we just kind of wanted to show you kind of where we're at right now and what you can expect to see.
So there could be bugs.
There could be bugs.
There may be a few bugs here.
All right.
All right.
So where are we right now here, Steve?
So right now I'm controlling my enforcer inside of my turf, and I'm looking down from the penthouse of my turf down on all the different rackets that I've built up. So we've gone ahead and built up a turf ahead of time, so you can see what it looks like. And obviously, like we talked about before, this one turf is my piece of Hong Kong that I've cut out for myself. It's in one location, and there are areas like it, but this one is mine.
So, and just so everybody knows, and before we get into the nitty-gritty of this, can you actually define what the rackets are? Like, what is a racket?
Sure. So, your turf is made up of basically two different types of buildings or areas. You've got a safe house compound, which is essentially your home. This is your headquarters. This is where you and your gang hang out. This is also where you store everything that you go out and raid other players for and that you produce within your own turf. And then down below where I'm looking here is all of the different rackets. And each one of these buildings is a separate racket, which is, a racket is essentially a criminal business. We've got a few things set up here right now. I've got a racket of hackers. I've got some counterfeiting currency going on. I've got a night market racket set up to distribute some of the goods that I'm building, and a few others. And we can go down and have a closer look.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Yeah. Actually, before we do that, we've also got, you can go up to a turf manager view and have a kind of an overarching look at how your turf's laid out. So you can see I'm selecting through the different rackets. I chose where these go, and I also chose which one they were, obviously. What I'm selected on right now is my safe house. This here is a warehouse, which is part of my safe house compound, and here's our Triad temple. And then the rest of these buildings are all rackets that I've built up.
Okay.
So
well,
now
let's go down and take a look at it.
Let's take a look. Let's go down and take a look. So first we'll go through my penthouse, which I like. It's upgraded. It's fancy. It's a little bit empty, as you can see, because I haven't had gone through and customized it yet. But you got to start somewhere. So let's have a look down. So in here is where my gang hangs out. Obviously, they're not quite as fancy or upscale as my area was, but that's okay because I'm the boss. Out here we got some defenders out in the safe house, so if someone were to try and raid me, they encounter these guys hanging out, and obviously, hopefully we'll stop them from coming any further. What we're moving into now is the Triad Temple, which has a bunch of different features associated to it, but we won't be getting into those today. What we are concerned about right now is that this is essentially going to be my trophy room. So as I go out and I raid other players, or I complete achievements, or do anything that you want to show off, you're going to end up getting a trophy in this space, and obviously I can come out and check them out. Or as
more
other
importantly,
players,
if someone raids you, you're going to fight through this space and see all the stuff you've earned basically sitting here.
Yeah. Basically, if you really want to come up and challenge me into my home, you're going to see what I've done first. And here's the next area is the most important area of your turf, probably, is your warehouse. This is where everything you produce and everything you take from other players when you raid them ends up.
If it fits.
If it fits, yeah. You're going to have to upgrade this area as well and make sure that you have the room to store things.
Or risk them getting stolen.
Yeah. This is also the one safe area that James mentioned before. Once something comes here, it's in safe hands. And then this is the not so safe area. So now we're actually going out into our rackets. Anything out here, this is obviously where the business happens. This is where I've got all my different staff members working away, producing goods, making me money, making me more powerful, making me more wealthy. But this is also the most vulnerable area of turf, because this is the first area that other players will encounter when they raid me. And anything that I store in here that I haven't moved to my warehouse is up for grabs, and they can take for themselves. So
I think it's also worth mentioning that what you're looking at right now is only a semi-built up version of your turf. As you upgrade the different buildings, you start seeing more action. You'll see more things happening within each of the different brackets.
Yeah. Right? Buildings get bigger. They make more stuff. Staff expands. There's more activity. There's more money to be made.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically the higher you get, the more hustle there is.
Awesome. Do you want me to talk through the brackets?
Yeah, so we've set up a scenario here in James.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Oh, sure.
Sorry. So what we've done here to demo this, is...
You want me to do it?
Yeah, probably. So
I play with inverted controls and James doesn't, so...
It's like playing upside down. So
I play the right way.
So upside down, Steve's going to walk you through this while I talk. So what we've done is we've set up one we've built out all the counterfeiting rackets in the game. So this screen here is where you pick what you want to build next. And we filled up this turf for the demo today. But there's different families of rackets, and then if we go to the counterfeiting family, you see they sort of form a chain. Now, when you initially build them, you have to build them in order just to unlock them, and after that you can tear them down and build them whatever order you like. But the chain goes from one side to the other. We start off with counterfeiting currency, which is the racket we're standing in, and that makes you money, which leads to other things that I'll now talk through in game. So, this racket here is our counterfeiting currency racket. It's like a print shop where we're printing out bills and making stacks of cash. Well, not very hard to look at these guys. I think that guy was asleep. Yeah. Well, that's maybe a reason to hire more staff.
Yeah, there you go.
So when you hire staff, basically pull in favors and hire guys that are really good, and they make do a lot more stuff. But they're going to do that, so some rates they might die. But what you see here is sort of the base level staff. And they run these.
Yeah.
They run these presses and produce cash. Cash is like we call it dirty money because it's all criminal income. It's not clean. It's not quite legit. And that's sort of the basic starter building block of all things in the game. With money, you can buy other stuff. And you can hire people to do things, and you can produce other things. So with cash, our counterfeiting racket then hires a bunch of hackers in this next racket. These are guys who are basically trying to steal. Well, let's go look inside. They got a bunch of servers and computers and stuff. As you can see, they're sitting down for you now. Like we said, the game isn't done. We're showing you stuff in kind of a rough early state. You're going to see a bunch of little bugs and things. Guys are hopping and sitting and standing on chairs or whatever.
I think they're just surprised. I think that's what we'll attribute it to.
If you want to pretend. But Buddy there is typing a little high and all that. It's just because the game isn't done yet, so don't freak out. Anyway, these guys, they're hackers. They're trying to steal intellectual property. What they're doing is stealing designs. They're stealing blueprints, schematics, patterns for use in other things. Can you go to the production view?
Sure.
So, from the turf manager, this is our top-down view of the turf. We can then select hackers and look at what's going on with hackers right now production-wise. And if you look in the top left, you'll see the hacker racket is level 4. And that means it's got 4 slots to make stuff. And that's the 4 circles you see on the screen. And the first one, it's got a prompt to press